All right. Okay, welcome back to Local Gaming. I wanted to do some live streaming. I just got in the Wasp Hero Pack for Marvel Champions. Just came in the mail from my Team Covenant subscription. So shout out to Team Covenant for continuing to deliver on the new releases for Marvel Champions and Arkham Horror, for that matter. So I sleeved it up, and I've got this is just the standard pack that came in, or the standard deck that came in the Hero Pack. No additions, no subtractions. I just wanted to see what the deck plays like straight out of the Hero Pack. I thought I would go, because I already have Rhino and Claw both sleeved, I'll give it a go against those two. I've got her Nemesis deck here, sleeved in sleeves that are like the enemy sleeves. I've got her Obligation, Red Dreams. So we will throw that in there and shuffle this up. I don't think there's a whole lot more to setting it up. I've got my boards and my tokens that I use here, also from Team Covenant. I guess we could take a look at her card. I don't know if I can get the flipped one in here, but this is her alter ego, Nadia Van Dyne. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Shuffle up to 2 cards with a printed mental resource from your discard pile into your deck. Limit once per round. And this is one of those big cards, so she has a giant form as Wasp here. When she thwarts, threat you remove using your basic thwart power can be divided among schemes as you choose. So if there was multiple targets of schemes to take threat off of, you could pick. And then attack is the same thing, similar thing. So damage you deal using your basic power can be divided among enemies. Now that was her giant form, and then her tiny form, if it'll stay. Small but mighty response after Wasp or an event you play defeats a minion or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the villain. Okay, so she's going to start an alter ego. Rhino needs some hit points. He needs 14 hit points. So we'll throw a 10 there, and a 2, and a 2. And our scheme, any other setup? If this stage is completed, the players lose. No, so it's just 7. Threat, we lose. We draw our hand size. Let's just check. It's been several weeks actually since I played. Select heroes, set hit points. So hit points on the heroes I count up instead of down, which I talked about in an earlier video. Obligations, Nemesis set. Shuffle the player deck. We've got our tokens. We've selected the villain. Villain's hit points are set. Done the setup on the scheme. We've created the encounter deck. So I'm doing just the standard Rhino basic entry one where he has bomb scare, and then the standard encounter set in there. We draw our cards. This one I wanted to see. The mulligan is discard unwanted cards and drop to your hand size. Yeah, and you don't reshuffle back in, right? Those cards are just gone. I don't know what to dig for her. I didn't really look through the deck. I like to just be surprised as I draw cards. Probably not the most efficient way, but I like the adventure of seeing new cards. Okay, so hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pinpoint Strike is a Wasp card. Lie in Wait. Hero response. After a minion engages you, discard Lie in Wait, deal 3 damage to that minion. It's an upgrade. Into the Fray is an event. Hero attack deals 6 damage to a minion. For each point of excess damage dealt by this attack, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Wasp's Helmet. While you're in giant hero form, you get +1 thwart. While you're in tiny hero form, +1 attack. We got Thor. So this is actually the Jane Foster version of Thor. So since it has a different sub-name, so it's not the normal Thor, you could still use this card even if the Thor character is being played, because it has a different sub-name underneath Thor. We got the Power of Aggression. So do we have an aggression card that we want to play? What does Pinpoint Strike do? Deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you're in tiny hero form, this attack deals 1 additional damage to that enemy and gains Overkill. So this is a Wasp card. This is a new one. Pinpoint Strike. And then this is also a Wasp card. Wasp specific card. The Helmet. Costs 2. Do I want to mulligan anything? Thor is actually a aggression card. So we could spend 2 from this. I mean, 7 damage right off the bat with Pinpoint Strike would be nice to Rhino also. Into the Fray goes against a minion. If we spent mental resource cards, and it has to be a printed mental resource, so that means it has to actually have the mental resource on it, wild would not count. What does Thor actually do? Response. After you play Thor from your hand, deal 2 damage to the villain. 3 damage instead if you paid for this using an aggression resource. And when she's in tiny form, after you defeat a minion or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the villain. In giant form, she can spread it around. Oh, is Jane Foster Thor too expensive? Using a Power of Aggression seems like the time to actually play her. 4 health too, so I don't know. Still trying to decide if I... So if I mulligan Pinpoint Strike, it's a printed mental resource, so I can always get it back when I go into Alter Ego. Not into my hand though, it goes into my disc, it goes into my deck. But it's fine, I could cycle back through. I could deal 3 damage if I spent this. But Into the Fray goes, it has to go against a minion. It seems like a later game card also. Or do I use it as a resource? I guess I could use it as a resource for this and get Lie in Wait out with Pinpoint Strike. Let's do that. I'm not going to mulligan. I'm just going to keep this hand. So this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I don't mulligan. There's no other setup stuff, so we just start playing. Okay, play cards. Thor, Jane Foster version of Thor. Paying for it with a Power of Aggression because it's an aggression card, so that counts as 2 resources. Into the Fray and Wasp's Helmet. Using a physical resource I do 3 damage to the villain. So we'll flip that to 1, take that 2 away. Then I will play this upgrade, Lie in Wait, and use Pinpoint Strike to pay for it. Now, I think we'll go to Giant. We'll flip to Giant mode just for the extra attack, because this is an attack 2 versus attack 1. So Giant mode is 2-2-3. Tiny mode is 1-1-2. Okay. I'm going to have Thor attack for 2, which is 9, and then Wasp is also going to attack for 2. So that's 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. And I'm out of cards. So, end my turn. I don't want to discard anything. I drop to my hand size, which in giant form is still 5, which is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Refresh everything. And then go to the villain turn. This game is easy enough where it's pretty, once you know how to play, it's pretty intuitive. So Ant-Man, we've got Scott Lang Ant-Man. 2-2. While you are in giant hero form, Ant-Man gains the giant trait and gets +1 attack. While you're in tiny hero form, Ant-Man gets the tiny trait and +1 thwart. But it's another 4 cost ally. Oh wait, I forgot to damage Thor when she attacked. Power in all of us. So basic card, it's a resource. Double the number of resources this card generates when paying for a basic gray card. Oh, I don't know if, is this new in her deck? Like, I don't know if it's in any of the other things. So it's kind of like Power of Aggression and the ones that we just played, and then there's similar ones for each of the aspects. Is that what they're called? I can't remember what they're called. But it's kind of like that. So this is like the gray version. I don't have any gray cards in my hand right now, though. We got another Lie in Wait. We got another Pinpoint Strike, another Into the Fray. All right, but it's the villain's turn. So the villain attacks. We are in hero form, so he's going to attack. He's going to get a boost card. Do I block? I think I actually might block because I can use Pinpoint Strike to take him out. Maybe I don't need to do an action next turn. I think I'm going to defend. So a defensive 3. So the boost here, there's no boost icon, so it does nothing, or it doesn't add. The attack was 2, my defense was 3, nothing gets through. So now we do an encounter card. Armored Rhino suit. Attached to Rhino, when you do any amount of damage to Rhino, placed here instead. So this is like 5 extra hit points. So remember what I said about taking him out with my card next turn. You know what I forgot to do? The very first thing of every turn is add a threat to the main scheme. And then we just go back to the player turn. right. So, Ant-Man, you're a little expensive, dude. And Pinpoint Strike's not that awesome anymore. It won't take him out. Yeah, that armor kind of sucks. It says when any amount of damage would be dealt to Rhino, place it here instead. Then if there is at least 7 damage here, discard armored Rhino suit. So that makes me feel like if I did 7 damage with my attack, I'd have to put all 7 here. And then, because it says if there's at least 5 damage here, so you can get more than 5 damage on this card. That's fine. Let's just get rid of it. So hold on to that. So Pinpoint Strike, I'm going to play. It's a hero action. Costs 3. I'll spend these 3. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. I'd put it all here, but then that would just get discarded. That's fine. And then all this stuff gets discarded. I think there's no reason not to just have Thor attack. She takes her consequential damage. Take 2 off. Then I think I'm going to switch to Alter Ego and do the Alter Ego action. I'm going to take both of the Pinpoint Strikes because they have printed mental resources, shuffle them back into my deck. Okay. I think that's everything for my turn. Not discarding any cards. I get to go up to a hand size of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the 1 I kept. I have 2 The Power in All of Us cards and 1 basic gray card that only costs 1. Surprise attack. After you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Hero response. After you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy. 4 damage instead if you paid for this card using a physical resource. Boot Camp. Play under any player's control, maximum per player. Each ally you control gets +1 attack. Play under any player's control. So if you were going to play with a leadership teammate, that might be nice. Team up Ant-Man and Wasp. Max 1 per deck. Change to your other hero form. Ready your hero. So team up, do you have to have both players in, or both of those characters in play? To include a card, your chosen identity must match one of them. Additionally, a card with team up keyword cannot be played unless both of the named characters are in play. Yeah. So you'd have to have Wasp and Ant-Man in play, and I've discarded Ant-Man already, so this will just be a resource card. Okay, so that's our draw. Villain phase. Go to 2 threat. I'm in Alter Ego mode, so he's going to scheme. I forgot to ready my characters. He's going to scheme. No boost on here. So he schemes for 1. Okay. Encounter card. Uh-oh, Shadow of the Past. Reveal your set-aside Nemesis minion and put it into play, engage with you. Reveal your set-aside Nemesis side scheme and put it into play. Shuffle the rest of your set-aside Nemesis encounter set into the encounter deck. If your Nemesis minion does not enter the game this way, this card gains Surge. So here we go. Wasp's Nemesis side scheme. As an additional cost for each hero to make a basic attack, that hero must spend 1 of any resource. Okay, so this is going to come in with 2 threat per player. That's not too bad. And then we have to face Beetle. Beetle has guards. We have to deal with Beetle before we can deal with Rhino. When Beetle is defeated, choose to either spend a physical resource or shuffle Beetle into the encounter deck. That's not nice. And so Beetle comes out engaged with us. There's 2 copies of Beetle Mania. When revealed in Alter Ego, this card gains Surge. When revealed in Hero, Beetle attacks you with +1 attack. If no attack was made this way, this card gains Surge. So if Beetle's like gone already, I guess. And then Beetle Armor Mark 4. Attach to Beetle if able. If you could not, attach to the villain. Attached character gets +4 hit points. I think this is only the 2nd time. Maybe only the 3rd time that I've had to face a character's nemesis. Pretty sure I've gone against Killmonger when I was playing as Black Panther. I can't remember facing any other nemesis. Nemesi? Nemesisen? What's the plural of nemesis? Probably nemesis. All right. Thank you, encounter card. So I think we're gonna have to do some thwarting of this turn. And our hand is not good for thwarting. Well, hero response after you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If we went into tiny mode, if I play this, pay for it with that, then I could bring out Boot Camp. I think, yeah, so I'm just going to start out this way. I will change into... No, tiny mode's not going to help me. It's not enough thwart. Not enough thwart. I was not in hero mode, so I couldn't use Lie in Wait against Beetle. I will change form into giant mode. Then I can play surprise attack. After you change form, it's a hero response. After you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy. 4 damage instead if you paid for it using physical resource. I'm going to use a wild to make it a physical resource. It does not say printed physical, so I think I can do that. And that'll be 4 damage to Beetle. Then I have to choose to either spend a physical resource or shuffle Beetle into the encounter deck. I will... Yeah, that's going to throw off my... I was going to play Boot Camp. I'll spin another wild because again it doesn't say printed, and I think he's just going to go in the discard pile then instead of being shuffled in. So now these cards do nothing for me. No, that's not smart. If Beetle comes back, right? Could show up as a boost card. Okay, so I'm going to play Boot Camp for 3. We'll give Thor an extra attack. Wasp is going to thwart. So thwart 2 off of the main scheme. And then Thor's going to attack with a +1 to take 3 off of Rhino. Yep. So Thor's got 1 attack left in her. I think I'm done with my turn. So, no cards to discard. We draw up, and in giant form we've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we drew. Another Lion Wait. So there's 3 of those in the deck. Seems like a lot. Red Room Training. This is a Wasp card. It's an upgrade. While you're in giant hero form, you gain Retaliate 1. While you're in tiny hero form, your basic attack gains Piercing, which allows you to discard any tough status cards from the target before dealing damage. That's nice. I hate when they're tough. Biosynthetic Wings. Wasp gains the Aerial trait. When you would take any amount of damage, if you're in tiny hero form, exhaust Biosynthetic Wings, prevent 1 of that damage. Got another Boot Camp and another Pinpoint Strike. So Wasp has 3 Pinpoint Strikes in her deck. And we stand back up, stand back up. All right, villain's turn. Threat to the main scheme. We're in hero, so it's going to attack. So 2 plus the boost. Wow, of 2 is 4. I should have decided if I wanted to block, but I've already seen the cards, so that would be cheaty. 4 out of 11 is not bad. Encounter card is Beetle's Armor. Attach to Beetle if able, if you cannot attach to the villain. Attached character gets +4 hit points. Is that just there forever? I don't know. I don't know if cards go away when they go in between stages. Okay, so what do we do? I don't think we need another boot camp out, so that's a resource. That's a decent upgrade. But I feel like we should spend 3 on pinpoint strike. Maybe a lion weight, a boot camp, and what? Biosynthetic wings? Sure. So pinpoint strike is 7 damage. So Rhino goes to stage 3. When revealed, search the encounter deck. Oh yeah, the break-in and taken sites can reveal it. Break-in and taken. Shuffle the encounter deck. When revealed, place an additional 1 threat here. So this is deal 1 additional encounter card during the villain phase. I don't like that. I think I want to stay in hero mode though, because if a villain comes out on an encounter card, I've got this lion weight just sitting here. So I got a couple of things. We got to put 3 on here. This one only just impacts if we make a basic attack, which we're not really doing right now. So yeah, we got to give Rhino 19 hit points because of the armor. So if Beetle was out and that went on Beetle, when Beetle got discarded, it would get discarded. But being attached to the villain, I don't know. I'm sure there's a ruling or a rule on that somewhere. So, what are we going to do? I could get rid of Break-In and Taken if I thwarted with both of the characters. It makes boot camp kind of stupid, but I think having an extra encounter card every turn is not amazing. So Thor will thwart for 1, and that was Thor's last hit point. Wasp will thwart for 2. That gets rid of Break-In and Taken. And then I think my turn is going to be over. Do I need to switch forms? I didn't have enough thwart. I could have switched into tiny mode, but that would not have given me enough thwart to get rid of Break-In and Taken. Still a scheme 1. I really want to stay in hero mode in case this comes out. I guess I can defend, right? So I'm not going to change forms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I discard Red Room Training? I'm going to discard it so I can see more cards. So draw 5. Pim Particles, hero response. After you spin this card, heal 2 damage from your hero if you are in giant hero form, or draw a card if you're in tiny. Is that the same as the Pim Particles in Ant-Man's deck? I can't remember. I know there was Pim Particles in his deck. I just can't remember what the effect was. Another boot camp. Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man's a gray card. Miles Morales. So another different name. And I got some more pinpoint strikes back from having shuffled them into the deck using the ability. This will be hard to decide what to do. I mean, these pinpoint strikes are 7. I could get 16 damage if I switched into tiny mode. Over the course of 2 different turns, though. Okay, so that's the end of my turn. Threat. 3. Coming in with an attack. There's the boost card. I will defend for 3. So it's a base of 3. Plus 1 is 4, so I take 1. And we get an encounter card. The encounter card is attached to Rhino, hero action. So this plus 1 attack for Rhino. Man, the villains that, or the minions that I could use this hero response against keep coming as the boost cards. All right. I think this is the most beefed up Rhino I've had to face. All right, so even though I could get a bonus damage if I switched into tiny mode, I think I want to use this Pim Particle to heal 2 damage. So we're in giant mode. Hero action of Pinpoint Strike. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. So we'll deal 7 damage. And we're going to spin the Pim Particles, Boot Camp, and Spider-Man, unfortunately. Spider-Man at a cost of 3 could get... After you play Spider-Man from your hand, choose thwart or attack. Spider-Man gets +2 to the chosen power until the end of the phase. Oh, Spider-Man could be 5, 6, 7. Spider-Man could be 9 over the course of several turns, though. Yeah, I'm good like this. Okay, but Pim Particles has a response. After you spin the card, heal 2 damage from your hero. So heal 2. If I'm in giant hero form. And that's going to be my turn. I'm not going to switch again. I think I'll just continue to block. So we got Strength. That's good. Wasp Sting. If you're in giant hero form, deal a total of 4 damage divided among enemies as you choose for a cost of 2. Okay, I think we've got the game. Oh no, 1 hit point? If we don't defend, I think we've got the game. Okay, so let's ready. His turn. That goes to 4. He will attack. I can't do a basic attack unless I get rid of this. Shoot. Oh no, I can go down to tiny form. So this is 5 at a cost of 2. This is 7 at a cost of 3, so that's 12 as long as he doesn't heal. Yes, so I can defend. So he has attack of 3, 4, boost is 5. And so that's 2. Okay, let's take an encounter card. I'm tough. When we give Rhino a tough status card? No. Best laid plans never survive the encounter with the enemy. Well, shoot. When you use one of your hero's basic powers, change to your giant hero form and get +2 to that power for this use. Well, I can't ready because I defended. That just made things take a turn. Wonder if I just do it anyway to clean out my hand and just go to next round. Oops. So if I play Wasp's Sting, stay in giant form, deal a total of 4 damage divided among enemies as you choose. So gotta pay 2 for that. I'll use strength to pay for it. Yeah. So that'll just take off the tough. Now Pinpoint Strike with 2 from Genius and 1 from Rapid Growth for 7. So from 12 down to 5. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power of Aggression, Surprise Attack. Okay, Wasp Sting, we got another one. So as long as he doesn't get another tough status, we should be okay. Okay, so I will ready. We've got 6 hit points left. We're at 5 out of 7 on that. He attacks. I will defend again. That didn't need to stay out there. So 3, 4, 5, 6. There's Beetle. He came out as a boost. But that is 3 damage. And the encounter card. Stampede. When revealed, hero Rhino attacks you. If a character is damaged by this attack, your character is stunned. Uh-oh, I think I just lost. 3, 4, 5. I just lost. Oh, bummer. All right. So I lost against Rhino. Should have maybe had another minion out. not minion. What are they called? Ally. If I had Spider-Man out, he could have blocked for me. All right, so do I want to go against Rhino again, or do I want to go against Claw? Let's try Claw. Switch it up a little bit. Rhino, Wasp, Standard, Rhino, Standard, Rhino, Wasp, Standard, and Standard. So we should have 7 standard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not 7. Last time, oh, it's right there on the bottom. Gang up. Okay, so we have 7 of those. And that's the obligation. We've got 5 Nemesis deck cards. And we can get Rhino out of the way. With that, here we've got Claw. Don't need 3. We've got 1 and 2. 1A and 2A. I think there's something we need to get. So Claw gets an additional boost card. Search the encounter deck for the Defense Network side scheme and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck and advance to 1B. Discard card from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play and engage with the first player. So we need to find Defense Network with 3 on it. Shuffle the standard stuff in here. Shuffle the obligation. Okay, we will search for a minion after I get this set up here. So we're going to start in Alter Ego. No damage. Claw needs 12 hit points. So I feel like, I mean, Rhino, we could have had Rhino. Just kind of got a little bit of bad card draw there. He had the armor that gave him extra hit points. I had the cards to knock him out in my hand, and then he drew that tough status card. I mean, that's the game though, right? There's cards in there that make it, it's not an auto win. If it was an auto win, why would you play the game? Right? I feel like 3, whatever it was called. There's a couple of cards, like 3 boot camps. I don't know about that choice. 3 pinpoint strikes is okay. Well, that's part of Herder. Those are the Wasp cards. 3 lion weights. Actually, lion weights might be good against this Claw deck because that Masters of Evil thing with those minions. Those Masters of Evil minions, I don't like those guys. All right, so we discard cards until we find, there we go, Armored Guard. Not the worst. Let's get our hand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Surprise attack. It's good to keep. Power of aggression. We can't spin that on a pinpoint strike. Quinn Carrier. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Exhaust Quinn Carrier to generate a wild resource. Into the fray. Deal 6 damage to a minion. For each point of excess damage, this attack remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So there is no threat, so this does not seem like an early game card. Man, pinpoint strike. I can get back with her action into the deck, I mean. Power of Aggression. I do not currently have any aggression cards that I need to spend this on. So I like the idea of an early Quinn Carrier. I think I'll mulligan these 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey, what do you know? That's going to count for 2 for this. Pim Particles is not great early. Boot Camp, I just don't think I have enough allies for this to be worth it. So maybe I do this, this. Okay, so I've only got 1 mental resource card in the discard pile. The wild count? No, it's printed. That's right. It says printed mental resource. All right. Here we go. So I'm going to play out Quinn Carrier. Play only if you have the Avenger trait. I need to switch forms, don't I? I'm going to switch to Tiny form and use Pim Particles so that I can draw a card. How about them apples? So we'll switch to Tiny form for the first time. I'm going to play Surprise Attack, which again is after you change form. It's a hero response. I had to change it to a hero form. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. 4 damage set if you paid for this card with a physical resource, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play Pim Particles. I don't need to, I guess. Oh no, this guy comes in with a tough card, or a tough status. I have to rethink my life now for a second. That tough. I had a perfect plan. Ish. Perfect plan-ish. I guess I can hold on to it. Just do it next turn. That seems weak sauce. Seems like weak sauce. Okay, I'm still gonna switch to... no, I'm gonna switch to giant mode instead. And attack the armored guard. I have to attack the armored guard because he's a guard. I can't go after Claw. Then I'm going to play Quinn Carrier because now I have the Avenger trait. 2 resources from the Power of All of Us because it's a great card, and Boot Camp for 3. Then I'm going to exhaust Quinn Carrier to bring out Lion Weight. And I think I'll hold on to Pim Particles and Surprise Attack. Yes. I'm not going to discard any cards. I can draw 3 to get up to my hand size of 5. Another boot camp. Rapid growth. When you use one of your hero's basic powers, change to your giant hero form and get +2 to that power for this use. Thor and boot camp. These allies are expensive. Thor cost 4. I can't. 4 for Thor. Okay, so ready. One threat there. Hero mode, so Claw attacks and gets 2 boost cards. Base of 0. That's to give this villain, no, give the villain a tough status card. So 2 damage from that. Armored Guard attacks for 1. And an encounter card. Sonic Boom revealed. Either spend lightning, mental, and physical resources or exhaust each character you control. Yeah. Not fun. Not a good time when things like that happen. All right, so what is our week turn going to look like now? If I change into this hero form, when you use one of your your hero's basic powers, thwart, attack, or defense, change to your giant hero form and get +2 for that to that power for this use. So do I have to change into Tiny first, then play this card and Pim Particles? Rapid Growth changes me into Wasp, or giant form, I mean. So I have an attack of 4. Yeah, I can do 3 here and 1 here to get rid of the tough because of the power in giant form, is I can spread my damage around. Can I do that? Because this has guard. This minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain, but I do 3 damage to it, it's gone. I'm going to say that I can. It's fine. And then Pim Particles, when I'm in giant form, heals 2 damage. I think that's it. 4, 5. Reset. Add a threat there. Attack with 2 boost cards. 2 and nothing. Okay, counter card is Melter. The engaged player must defend against Melter's attack with an ally they control if able. So Lion Weight, hero response. After a minion engages you, discard Lion Weight. Deal 3 damage to that minion. Melter's got 3 attack, wow. Yep. Ooh, Wasp Sting. We just need to get 2 damage down here. Oh, we got 2 Wasp Stings. Oh, this is interesting. Into the fray. 6 damage to a minion. For each point of excess damage dealt by this attack, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So... 1, 2, 3. That leaves us with 1 Wasp Sting. We have a resource here too, but still not enough. Or do I just Wasp Sting a couple of times? So this is interesting. Wasp Sting deals 4 damage divided among enemies as you choose if you're in giant form. Let's do this. We'll get a resource from Quinn Carrier and from Boot Camp. So it's 2 resources to play a Wasp Sting. We will do 2 damage here. So that's 5 damage total to Melter. Should I switch to Tiny first? No. So we did 2 to Melter. That means we get to spread 2 to Claw. Then I'm going to do it again. With these 2. Take him down to 6. Now with Wasp, I think I'm going to... I can't do that. I have to go here. This one has to be dealt with first. So I'm done. We'll draw cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a surprise attack. Wasp's Helmet. Giant Help. I don't think we've seen this one yet. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Remove a total of 4 threat divided among schemes as you choose instead if you are in giant hero form. Got Spider-Man again, and we got another surprise attack. So we're gonna ready. I think she's gonna defend. 2 boost cards. Defend. For a total of 4, which is 1 damage goes through. Now an encounter card. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control if no cards were... Oh, so we have to discard Quinn Carrier. Okay. I did not add a threat. If I played Giant Help, I could get rid of all of the current threat. And then play Spider-Man. No, I can't do that. Giant Help, I gotta pay for it with cards. Do I not worry about that? Surprise attack, paying for it with a Spider-Man. And that leaves Claw with 2. No, I think I want to... Yeah, I'll surprise attack, paying with Spider-Man, so paying with a physical resource is 4 damage. I am going to Giant Help and get rid of all of this so that I can go into Alter Ego. And when he schemes, it's not going to be too rough. So let's switch to Alter Ego. Then I'm going to use her Alter Ego action. Those only cost 2. Got 1 Pinpoint Strike. I think we'll do a Wasp Sting and a Pinpoint Strike to shuffle in. And draw 6 cards. Another Giant Help. We got Strength, Genius, Red Room Training. Got a Pinpoint Strike and a Rapid Growth. So... yeah, okay. Villain's turn. Gets 1 for this. He's going to scheme for 2 plus when Weapons Runner... Put Weapons Runner into play engaged with you. Is his boost effect. So 2 scheme. Let's just push that over. 2... And then an encounter card. Oops, I should have readied. The Immortal Claw. This is the worst possible thing that can happen. I'm pretty sure he gets this when he... maybe when this thing advances. Comes out with 3. This thing's just terrible. It has a additional one of those, and he gets 10 more hit points. All right. I don't see a reason to wait. To use the action. Should I use Genius now? That's a hero. That's a hero. Giant Help just became a lot more relevant. Again. So if I'm going to do that, and I use these for this. Let's use her ability first. Quinn Carrier, Boot Camp, no. Wasp Sting and what? Quinn Carrier? I was trying to see if I could use one of these other mental resource cards before I switch, but the cards I want to play all are hero actions, so I can't do that. All right. So we are going to play Giant Help with the Genius. Oh, we got to switch first. So let's switch to... After Wasp Seeds of Minion Aura Side Scheme. Yeah, we'll do this. Tiny? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? He says, questioningly. Sort of. It sort of does. So, Giant Help with this. 3 threat, because we're not in giant form, is fine. So we take 3 threat off of Immortal Claw. He loses these 10 hit points and this boost thingy. Not really boost, that's misleading. Oh, and because she's in tiny mode, she does a damage when she defeats a side scheme or a minion. She's actually then going to swat at Claw for that last one. And that takes him here. And that's when Immortal Claw comes back out with 3 more. With that, and 28 hit points because of the Immortal Claw. Two, 4, and 8. I guess I am in tiny mode, so I think, yeah, this is smart. So pinpoint strike for 3, using it with strength and red room training. Since I'm a tiny hero form, I deal +1 of damage and it gains overkill. So it started at 7, +1 is 8. So I'm targeting the weapons runner. So 2 damage to him takes him out, and then I've got 6 with the overkill going to the villain. Right? And that's all I can do. So we'll draw up 1, 2, 3, 4. What did we get? Into the fray. Oh, we got the older Wasp. It's kind of like the Ant-Man one had Ant-Man with a different name, so this is Wasp. 0 cost ally. 0 hit points. Wasp gets +1 hit point for each Pym encounter on her. When Wasp enters play, place 1 Pym counter on her. To a maximum of 3 for each. Is that lightning resource? You overpaid for Wasp's cost. Interesting. We also got another pinpoint strike. Very interesting. Okay. Now comes the trouble. He's going to attack. He gets 2 boost cards. I keep pushing down further and further, I think, every time when I rotate. Or maybe I started out too low. The question of, do we defend? I've got 4. It could be very dangerous. Oh, wait. I have to put 2 because of this. So that's at 5 out of 6. I think we have to defend. So it's 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So 2 coming in. Now encounter card is Whirlwind. When Whirlwind attacks you, also resolve his attack against each other hero. That's not that bad. Six, though. What can I do here? Not much, I'm thinking. Well, I defended, so yeah. This guy's also going to come in. There is another level to the scheme. I just can't remember what happens when it goes from stage 1 to stage 2. I could take Whirlwind out with Pinpoint Strike. Then I have no cards to play Wasp. There's nothing I can do. This thing's going to advance. I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. This really doesn't do much for me. If I did Into the Fray, that would take one off of here, but still it's going to advance anyway because it has this +1. So I'm going to switch to giant form. I'm going to play... No, shoot. Yeah, I'll switch to giant form. Play Pinpoint Strike. Paying for it with Pim Particles, Into the Fray, and Rapid Growth. I'll hold on to this Wasp. 7 damage to Whirlwind. Doesn't have Overkill because I'm not in tiny form. But I did use Pim Particles in giant form, so I get to heal 2 damage. Not looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a lightning. Got Wasping. Ironheart. Haven't seen this one yet. After you play Ironheart from your hand, draw a card. Wasp is an aggression card. I could generate 3 resources with these 2 for Wasp. Okay, now we need to survive. So, villain turn. This is going to advance. When revealed, discard cards from the counter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Engage with the first player. Advance to stage 2B. Okay, 8. Armored Guard again. Tough. Tough. The bad part is that he will attack now. So Claw's going to attack me with 2 boost cards. I've got 4 damage. I think I just take it. I need to take it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have to flip and recover. Armored Guard attacks for, attacks for 1. And we get an encounter card. Illegal Arms Factory. When revealed, place additional 1 threat per player here. So 4 threat on that. And that's an additional counter card every turn. Okay, what can we do here? Maybe the dream. Wasp is an aggression card. I can play this. That would get her 2 hit points. Wasp Sting. Or Ironheart. If I do Wasp Sting, I can do 1 damage here first. Oh, nope, I can't do that. I need allies to block attacks. I'm going to play Ironheart out first, paying for it with Wasp Sting and Lion Weight. After I play her out, I can draw a card. Pinpoint Strike is a mental card. Ironheart will attack Armored Guard to get rid of the tough. I'm going to play out Wasp, the Janet Van Dyne version, with a power of aggression as a wild, but make it lightning. So she will get 2 Pim particle counters. Hold on to this. She will attack, taking a damage. Armored Guard for 3. And then I think we go into Alter Ego and recover 3. Do the Alter Ego action. Wasp Sting and a Pinpoint Strike. Or Wasp Sting and a Genius. Giant Hope would be good too, actually, because we need to get rid of that. This would be worth 10 hit points coming off. Our deck is really low, so we have a good chance of getting these cards back. And we can get more mental resource cards at the start of the next turn back into the deck. All right, my turn is over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we get to go up to 6. We drew Wasp Sting, Quinn's Carrier, the Wings, Energy. So we drew Giant Help, but we did not draw Genius. Okay. We ready, everybody? We add 1. Claw Schemes, because I'm an Alter Ego, for 2. Oh no, plus 3? Wow. So that escalated quickly. Oh, and 2 encounter cards because of Illegal Arms Factory. Oh, wait a minute. Should have had an extra one. Oh, this is bad. We're one away from losing again. Okay, first encounter card. When revealed, each Master of Evil minion attacks the hero is engaged with. If no attacks are made this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Master of Evil minion and put it into play engaged with you, then shuffle the encounter deck. Weapons runner. He's not a Master of Evil. Melter? Tiger Shark? No. Whirlwind? Maybe Melter, I guess. Because he only has 5 hit points. Next encounter card is... The villain attacks you. Wait, Alter Ego. This card gains Surge. Oh no. Ah, Armored Guard. Tough. So this is, you know, a small problem. So we probably need to use Giant Help now. Let's use her ability. We might need to shuffle in another Giant Help. And what else? A Pinpoint Strike. Try to close the game out. It's more expensive, or a Wasp Sting. Let's go with Wasp Sting for the lower cost. Coming down to the wire. So now the question is, do I go into Tiny or Giant? It's got to be Giant to get the 4 threat from Giant Help, right? And I got to pay 2. So we do that. I did not damage Ironheart last time when she attacked. So let's go into Giant. All right, so we're doing Giant Help. 4 threat divided among schemes as you choose. So we'll take 4 off of here. Takes it down to 3. Because we're in Giant mode. I'm almost thinking about playing Wasp Sting. In Giant mode, I can do 4 damage across enemies. Do 1 to get rid of this. And then 3 here. We sort of have to pay for it. of that, and we'll do 3 here. Then if Wasp attacks Melter, that gets rid of Melter. Wasp will attack the armored guard for 3. We'll save Ironheart to block Claw's attack against Wasp. Yep. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 cards left in our deck. That'll be an extra and encounter card at the end of next turn. Ready. Got Ant-Man. If we get Ant-Man out, we could use Swarm Tactics to do a couple of different things. Well, let's see how the bad guy turn goes. Two threat from the normal threat stuff. 2 boost cards because Claw sucks. Ironheart will block for us. No boost. Boost. Discard 1 card at random from... No. The one time we throw an ally in front of an attack, it ended up being a 1 damage attack. And we lost Swarm Tactics. And we lost our ally, taking the 1 damage. Okay, and count 2 encounter cards. Attached to Claw. Claw gains Retaliate 1. You have to spend 1 of each resource to discard this card. After this character is attacked, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. And a Weapons Runner. After this card is revealed, reveal 1 additional encounter card. Okay, I think we're going to lose. Just got another acceleration because we have to shuffle the encounter deck. Yep. Hey, Brian, yeah. I think I'm gonna lose. I keep rotating Wasp and moving it down. All right, 1 additional encounter card. Is another Weapons Runner that has Surge. So we have to draw another encounter card. Assault. The villain attacks you. 2 boost cards. So starts at 1. Boost. Give the villain a tough status card. And 2. So 3 damage. It's going downhill quickly, Brian. Come on. Get in there. We've got 2 hit points left, facing 2 weapons runners. The last level here has 3 points left on it, and if I don't do anything about this, the start of the villain's next turn, I'll lose that way. I could play Ant-Man. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. While you're in tiny hero form, Ant-Man gains the tiny trait and gets +1 thwart. This game is actually pretty easy to get into, Brian. And the way that they have the model for this one with the hero packs are individual decks. I really don't feel like you need to buy everything. Plus, there's like more villain expansion packs. I would get the core set. I mean, the core set's reasonably priced, and it's pretty fun. There's enough in the core set to learn, to see if you'll like it. And the art on it is great. It's very comic booky art. It's not like the movie stuff. So like here's an Ant-Man card. You know, very comic booky looking art. And like on this Wasp Sting card, it looks nice. Even like this action shot on this Pinpoint Strike card. Looks very much like a little clip from a comic book. All right, so if I stay in that mode, these guys will attack me out. I think I just lost. There's nothing really that I can do. So, because that would be 2 plus a boost, 3/4 scheme, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's nothing. I'm not even going to play it out because I'll just lose. Or let's see. I'll go to tiny mode, and I will play. No, first I will use Wasp to attack to get the tough off. Then with Ant-Man and Genius, I'll play Pinpoint Strike. I get to keep Wasp Sting. I'll attack one of the weapons runners, and then I have Overkill because I'm in tiny, so that would do 6 damage. So it'd be down to 16. Would be 6 if I could have gotten rid of that. But then I'm just done. So I would draw, I'd get an extra encounter card because my deck runs out. And he gets to attack me. I could get extremely lucky. So I guess we'll play it out. I could get super, super, super lucky. I get 2 more cards. 1, 2. I get an encounter card because my deck ran out. Oh no, I just lose. I forgot. We add 3 to this. It goes from 5 to 8. I just lose. Okay, so there you go. 2 losses with... oh, I drew my obligation as the encounter card too. I didn't draw anything that would prevent the threat. Probably not because this is an aggression deck. Yep, nope. Okay, so there you go. That was a loss against Rhino and a loss against Claw with the new Wasp deck. I I think there are some changes I would make to this deck. Like I don't think we need 3 of these Lion Weights, and definitely not 3 of those whatever they were called, basic training or something like that, or boot camp, was it? Where are they? Boot camp? I don't think we need 3 of these. Especially when this doesn't seem like it's an ally heavy or ally centric deck. I like her ability, her cards that let her just attack. Because go into giant mode or giant form, defend against attack, and then still have attack cards to do damage against the villain. Yeah, each deck is different, and I went into it without looking at any of the cards in the deck. I just this just came in the mail, I think, yesterday. This is a brand new release, the Wasp Hero Pack. So I just went into it without looking at any of the cards, just playing with whatever came into my hand, just to kind of learn what cards were there. I like this Quinn Carrier card. It's another resource generating card. And then I think this gray resource card is new. I'm not sure though. I haven't. The Power in All of Us. It's a double resource for gray cards. Okay, there you have it. That's some cards from the new Wasp Hero Pack up against Rhino and Claw. I'm going to call that the end of a stream here on a Sunday afternoon. Thanks for coming and chatting, Brian. And anyone else watching this later, I hope you're enjoying all the different series I have going on the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.